Today, I'm going to show you the real math behind financial freedom and what it takes for you to get there. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in again on this video. Today, we're going to talk about the real math behind financial freedom. So make sure you watch this video right to the end, because I promise you that by the end, you're going to have a lot more clarity that you could ever possibly imagine. Okay? And now, a lot of people have different definitions of what financial freedom really means to them. Now, some people may think that buying a $10 million house is what financial freedom means to them. We're not going to be talking about that, of course. We're going to be talking about, the plain and simple math behind, quitting your job and working for yourself, okay? Because this is what new starting entrepreneurs care about. Okay, and they should be focused on. You shouldn't be focused on the $10 million house that you can achieve once you're, an established entrepreneur. You should focus on what it takes for you to, for example, quit your job if you currently have one. So we're back here with a whiteboard, and I'm going to show you what it actually takes for you to be financially free and pretty much work for yourself. Okay, because that's the main goal when you start out. Now, the first thing you need to define for yourself is what really financial freedom means to you at this very moment. A lot of people get confused because they think it's this mystical thing that, 10 years from now, we could actually be financially free. It's going to take a lot of hard work and determination for us to do so, okay? And there's a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, they fail to realize that being financially free doesn't just mean, having a lot of money. The reality is that most people are stuck to a dead-end job they probably don't like, okay, or is just paying the bills currently, and that's why they go to. So what financial freedom really is to you and to, all of us is, if we have a job, we need to find a way to replace that current income that we get from that particular job. Okay, so for most Americans, this is around $44,000 a year. Okay, which if we break it down, it really comes down to so 12 months. Okay, 12 months. It's around. It's $3,666. Okay, I don't like complicated equations, so we're gonna round that up to $4,000 to $4,000 a month. You might have healthcare and other expenses, so we're just going to round it up to $4,000. Okay, so if you're making more or less than $44,000 a year, you just need to make that adjustment so that it fits your lifestyle, and then we can go the route of breaking down what it's actually going to take for us to replace the current income with a lifestyle where we don't really have to, work for somebody or answer to anybody, right? So this is the main goal at the start. And this is the main mistake that I see people are making at the very beginning of their entrepreneurial journey, okay? And this is, they don't know what business to start. Okay, I see a lot of people into going to drop shipping. I see a lot of people into, other sort of businesses, network marketing, and most of the people that want to be financially free, they haven't actually taken the time to do this. If you're making $4,000 a month, more or less, okay, in order for you to find out what it's going to take for them to quit their job, okay, which is, we've all done that. I'm not saying it's a major mistake. But if you have that, you're going to be a lot more motivated. You're going to have a lot more clarity on what it's actually going to take, and you're not going to be stressed out thinking that it's never going to take place. Okay, that you'll never be financially free, because that's not the case. It's actually easier than you think, and let me show you how. Okay, so let's say if you've got a social media marketing agency or a lead generation agency, which is what I run. You would need about 3 to 4 clients. So let's say 4 clients. 4 clients. Jesus, clients. You're gonna need 4 clients paying you $1,000 a month. Okay, you're gonna need 4 clients paying you $1,000 a month. That's actually pretty low. We don't ever charge $1,000 a month. Maybe you could have you can offer them a small package so they can see what you can bring to the table, and then after the first month you can, you know, double, triple, quadruple this initial amount. But let's say 4 clients. Okay, most people that are interested into social media marketing and having an agency, you know, most people come from Ty Lopez, so they're all trying to run the same thing, okay? Go after fucking restaurants and this and that. There's no right or wrong here, so I'm not saying this is wrong, but let's say for the simple, you know, math sake, let's say it takes 4 clients paying you $1,000 a month for you to replace the income that you would otherwise have to get paid from your job, so for you to sustain your lifestyle, okay? And if it takes 4 clients at $1,000 a month, then that means that you have to go through, you know, 4 people need to say yes to you. And the good thing about owning an agency is the fact that you can actually write a lot of the stuff off. And like when you work for somebody, you cannot do that. This is low, by the way, okay? $1,000 a month is low for you to get paid from a client if you own an agency, okay? But just for simple maths sake, we you know, as I said, but just to make the equation a lot simpler, we've put 4 clients, for example. If you make 4 people say yes to what you're offering, all that money will go into your bank account, okay? Whereas if you were to set up a different kind of business, and if it wasn't a, you know, a service-based business, okay, you would have to have a, you know, different set of expenses. You would have, you know, you'd have to get an office where if you own an agency, you don't need to technically do that. You know, you can work at the, you know, at the comfort of your own home. So you don't really need to do that. You don't need to have an expense such as an office. You don't need employees, okay? All of my employees are pretty much VAs, okay? They're virtual assistants, and they only get paid commission. So if I make money, they make money. If I don't make money, they don't make money. That's how I've set up the business model for myself. So I don't need to have people on payroll, you know, for me to get stressed out every single month about having to pay them if there's not enough money coming in. And a lot of people say you cannot do that, okay? This is impossible. You can do that, okay? It's absolutely possible. Now, if you don't have money, you at least need to have a vision. Now, the person that you will be talking to, that you would be trying to convince to become your virtual assistant, need to buy into your vision. If he doesn't see your vision, then it's going to be a nightmare trying to work with that person. And this is why owning an agency, in my opinion, is the best business to start out, or at least a service-based business, okay? Because you can make 4 people say yes, and you can have 4,000 in the bank coming every single month, because most of these guys are going to be retainers anyways, okay? So define the business model. Alright guys, let's recap what we've got here on the board for the real math behind financial freedom. Alright, so number 1, that is financial freedom. You need to define what financial freedom means to you, okay? Because what financial freedom means to one person might be completely different to another person, and so on. Then, if you're currently working a job, you need to understand, you know, as I said, the average American makes around $44,000 a year. If that's you, or you make less or more than that, you need to make adjustments according to what's going to fit your lifestyle, and we'll be able to pay the bills. After all, number 3 is define the business model. You need to have a definition of the perfect business model that you will need in order for you to make that stuff happen. You would need to define the perfect business model for you specifically in order for you to make that happen. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video right to the end with me. I hope I was able to bring some insight as to what the math behind your financial freedom might be right now. And please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.